Hi guys, CeeChronicles here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are new on this channel, I post fragrance related content and I would very much appreciate it if you did consider joining us here by subscribing. To those who are returning, thank you so much guys for the continued support. Now welcome to Middle Eastern summer clones. We're not going to be delving too much into the notes. I'm just going to be showing you a fragrance, what I think it is in line with or its inspiration, and then move on to the next one. So the very first one, the lineup guys, is going to be a muff or Om, obviously targeted for the men out there because it does say Om, but I find the DNA wearable, even if you're a woman. This is in the same vein as Tom Ford's Noir Extreme. If you like that type of fragrance, this is going to give it to you guys. Powdery, soapy, summery vibes there. That is what to expect from number one, a muff or Om. Second on the lineup guys is going to be Higher, a fruity fragrance built around the note of champagne there. So do expect the florals to be mixing in like a effervescent fruity background there. There is berries that make this fragrance. This one is in the same vein as 212's Carolina Herrera's 212 VIP Women. So if you like that type of fragrance, this one's going to do it for you. It is quite beastly and may potentially cross over to other seasons as well. It's Higher and it's on our number 2. Third on the lineup, guys, is Clubbed in the Wee Women by a muff as well. And this one is built around the Coco Mademoiselle DNA. So if you love that, you're going to get it from this. I decided to drop it here on the summer fragrance recommendations because it is very citrusy forward there, though it does have florals. So if you love that style of fragrance, this one's going to do it for you guys. It's Clubbed in the Wee Women from a muff. These two are from the same house, which is Maison Alhamra. One is Kismet for men and the other one is Kismet for women. So we're going to put number 4 as this one, Kismet for men. You like a fusion of Roach's Moustache there and YSL's Tuxedo. If you like that type of fragrance, then this one's going to do it for you guys. Great summer fragrance. It's got that crispy, airy nature to it there. Unisex leaning as well, in as much as it's marketed for men. So this one is Kismet for men from Maison Alhamra. While on the other hand, guys, is Kismet for women, right? This one is built around the Killian Good Girl Gone Bad DNA. So if you love that DNA, you're going to get it from here. It's quite sour there. So some people say that sour note is a bit off-putting there, but it does lean soapy and the DNA in itself is very summery in nature. But I thought to present it, guys, since I have its other twin here. So this is Kismet for women sitting on our number 5. Panther from Maison Alhamra, inspired by Paco Rabanne's Phantom, the silver one for men, is sitting on our number 6, guys. I thought to drop this one here as a recommendation, as long as you do not mind reapplying after about 5 hours, because this one is quite a light fragrance there. It has like a coconut undertone to it there, so do expect like a bubblegum creamy accord, working with those fresh notes there. A bit of some citrusiness going on in this fragrance, as well as some aromaticness there. So sitting on our number 6, guys, is going to be Panther from Maison Alhamra. Morja Silky Rose is on our number 7, guys. This is understated elegance. If you love your fragrances built around violet, this is going to give it to you. It's got, I think, a double dose of violet, kind of in the same vein as Penhaligon's The Favorite, but of course with a little twist there. It's got like a sherbety accord there, dries down musky, but very soft and very elegant and very feminine, ideal for summer because the DNA in itself is quite light there. I thought to drop this one, guys, on our number 7. It's Morja Silky Rose from Litafa. On our number 8 is going to be Anom Silver. There is a gold one, but we're not going to feature it on this lineup because that one, it does have a summery thing, but I did not think I should bring it here. Rather, the men's one is the one I thought to drop here, guys. If you love your fragrances fresh, aquatic, a bit marine there, aromatic, this one's going to do it for you. Kind of in the same vein as a Zaro Wanted Night for men. So if that style of DNA is something that you like, then you can pick this one up. It's off their first line of the Litafa Pride collection and it's called Anom Silver. Ninth on this list is Da Al Hanin by Ad Al Zafran, guys. This fragrance is built around Granny Smith apple because you're going to get a crisp apple there working with somewhat of a note that feels a lot like a pear. If I'm to liken it with something that is already on the market and popular, I'm going to say it is in the class of fragrances similar to DKNYB Delicious, the green one. So if you love that style of summer fragrance, guys, very apple forward there, very pear forward, then Da Al Hanin by Ad Al Zafran is going to do it for you. Another one that you may need to reapply, but for the price, I really don't mind. It's sitting, guys, on our number 9. On our number 10 is Breeze from the second Lattafa Pride collection. And while we're on number 10, I'm going to say, guys, please do remember to subscribe. If you haven't already, I would very much appreciate that. I had to drop this little mini here, guys, in as much as I featured it not so long ago. And I did liken this one a lot to Gypsy Water, a fragrance from Byredo, a fragrance that I already own in my collection. However, this has taken a little bit of a turn there where it is giving me kind of like a cluster of fragrances. So I'm going to give you a vibe, that this one vibes with. It is a style of fragrance that is in the same vein as your Tommy Hilfiger, the Tommy Girl type of fragrance, or Hugo Boss, that type of vibe, okay? If you love the DNA of Tommy Girl, if you love the DNA of Hugo Boss, or if you love the Gypsy Water DNA, a bit sweetened there, overly sweetened, then Breeze is going to do it for you from the latest Lattafa Pride collection. 11th on the lineup, guys, is from Fragrance World, and this one's called Icy Roses. If you're keeping up with Fragrance World, you know that they have another one bottled in a similar bottle but darker, called Cocktail Intense, and the two are inspired by Killian, okay? The first one inspired, of course, by Killian's Angel Share, and this one is inspired by Killian's Roses on Ice. The thing I can say about this fragrance, guys, is absolutely it does have this summer appeal to it. However, it is built around cucumber, and cucumber can smell like a whole lot of nothing, if you know what I mean. So it's going to come across as very watery there with like a sugar accord to it and a light greenness to this fragrance. This is one that I have to describe, in as much as I did say that we're going to run through all of them without me getting into detail. I am simply describing this one, guys, because it is right there at a point where it can either be a fave or a nay, okay? Because that same cucumber note can give off wafts of like a saliva note, if you will. Mental shortcut is, of course, imagine breaking or slicing cucumbers and just putting your nose to that. It just feels like a whole lot of aquaticness, like a whole lot of wateriness. So this is what this fragrance is all about, guys. But it does interpret what it is inspired by to a T. Summer vibes I get from this one, light sweetness too, and it's sitting on our number 11, guys. It's called Icy Roses by Fragrance World. 12th on the lineup, guys, is a fragrance from Paris Corner, and this one is called Tuskin. It is marketed as a creative creation, which in most cases by that they mean it's their own creation, right? But why I have it here is, first of all, it is summer leaning. It does have wafts of a tropicalness to it, but DNA wise, if I'm to compare it with something that's already on the market without it being a dupe, is it does feel a lot like Dolce & Gabbana's Liam Patrice. The framework of that fragrance having been used to create this one, and then of course the use of apricots or peaches included in this fragrance. If you love Liam Patrice, if you love watermelony, fruity, light, freshy fragrances, then you're going to absolutely love Tuskin. Great for summer, although you may need to reapply it after 4 or 5 hours. Inoffensive, so you can also go to town with the sprays on Tuskin, guys. It's here and it's sitting on our number 12. 13th on this lineup, guys, is Anom Silver from the first Lattafa Pride collection, a fragrance built around the DNA of Creed Silver Mountain Water. This, though light, is capable if you sprayed 15-18 sprays there to last the whole day. It has that aquatic nature to it, fresh nature to it. It's going to give you gym vibes, out of the shower vibes, but it does have like an aromaticness to it there, as well as a citrus. It's here here on this lineup, and it's sitting on our number 13. 14th on the lineup is a new addition to my collection, a fragrance that gives off vibes of Leighton by Perfumes Dali. However, if you don't have that fragrance, guys, why this one is here is, though it does have the inclusion of the woods there, it just comes across as like a fresh, elegant, masculine leaning scent. It feels as though if you went into the department store there where they sell a lot of fragrances and you went to the masculine fragrance aisles, that the wafts of that, typical masculine DNA that you get in a lot of fragrances, you're gonna get from this, guys. It does not feel like a cheapie. It does feel expensive, but it just gives off that traditional masculine DNA to it. To an extent, this is why this has been likened to a lot of fragrances, because it just has that uniform masculine DNA to it, but it does smell special. So with this one, don't expect just citruses. It does have a touch of citruses, touch of spices, touch of aromaticness, there's touch of freshness, and lasts all day too. It is just so, and it's from the house of Latafa. Now, if you love your citruses on steroids, guys, then here is a recommendation to you from the house of Fragrance World. This one is called Fresh as Citrus. This is citrus like no other, inspired by Guerlain's Le Frenchy Lavende. So do expect the citrus to work with a lavender there, but it's citrus built on citrus and citrus and citrus. And by this, I mean there's citron in here as a note, there's petit grain, there is lemon verbena, there is a bergamot, there's a lemon in itself. So they've gone to town with a citrus note in here to an extent that it is very crisp, sharp. It's definitely going to do it for summer days. This one lasts till the next wash because of how the citrus note is on steroids. It's from Fragrance World and it's called Fresh as Citrus. Kahila Platinum had to make it on this lineup, guys, at number 16, and inspired by Jean-Paul Gaultier's Le Beau. Kahila Platinum is a fragrance from Paris Corner, and this one is from their regular line. If you like those type of blue fragrances, wafts of a tropicalness, they're coming from a possible inclusion of coconut, although coconut is not listed as a note, you're going to get from this. There's also an underlying creaminess there that I am still going to attribute to that coconut there. It is a fragrance, of course, targeted at men, but I'm going to say it is 80% masculine leaning, and 20% of this fragrance can totally be carried by women. Great for summer days and long lasting as well. It's sitting, guys, on our number 16. It's Kahila Platinum. 17th on this lineup, guys, is Elite Just White, a fragrance built around the Lacoste DNA. It says L12.12. something. I just don't want to make a mistake by getting the numbers twisted there, but it is a DNA in the same vein as that. The bottle is almost a telltale sign of that. This is a freshie, guys, a fragrance built around citruses. Again, this could also have an orange note in there. Orange, of course, is citrus, but first of all, it is built around bergamot or lemon, but it might have oranges as well. It's a simple out of the shower type of fragrance. It doesn't perform like a body mist, but it's not far off from that. It is a very light performer there, fragrance that you may want to douse on your body and then you douse on your clothes, for it to give you maximum performance there. But it does come alive in the sun, especially when it gets windy there during hot days. You're gonna get wafts of this. Guaranteed, that you're going to have like a fresh vibe around you. So this one's called Elite Just White from Latafa, and it is our number 17. 18 and 19 are from Swiss Arabian Guys, and we did feature these ones a few days ago. And why I just brought them as a pair is because they're from the same house and they vibe the same. They're both summer forward, guys, and this one, Shachaf for men, is going to be in the same vein as Black Excess Men, the EDT, if that's going to help. You're going to get a similar vibe, guys, from this one. It's also a fruity forward type of fragrance in as much as it's summer leaning. So don't let the color of this bottle, guys, make you think that's going to be an outright freshie. This does have a fresh accord, but it is built around like a fruity, DNA there. Same applies to this one. This one is going to give you plum and a crisp apple, if I'm not mistaken. This could very well be a standalone, but it does feel a lot like a lot of these, summer freshies on the market there, but built around fruit. So you're going to have a light fruitiness there, especially apple and pear in the lead from Shahaf Woman, guys. These are sitting on 18 and 19, and then I'm going to give you number 20, and that will be a wrap. The last on the lineup, guys, is going to be Viva Viola. Okay, this is a fragrance that smells just like it looks. It I think has an inclusion of strawberry there and maybe some raspberry, but it just gives off a tutti fruity type of theme to it there. You can expect also wafts of like a pear in this fragrance, guys. A light, sweet, breezy summer scent there, and the DNA feels a lot like the DNA that women would prefer than men because of that tutti fruity sweet nature of this fragrance. So it is here, guys, on our number 20. Could very well be a standalone, but I did say that if you like fragrances like Louis Vuitton's Trois Brèves, then you are definitely going to love Ajmal's Viva Viola, and it is the last one on this lineup. So that's it, guys. 20 summer clones from the Middle East. I hope you found this video helpful. Some have the capacity to stretch to other seasons, namely Jussot and higher, but the rest of them kind of scream just summer there. So if you like to smell fresh, if you like a fruitier chord, citrusy fragrances, aromatic fragrances, then any of these 20 are going to do it for you guys. CeeChronicles is my name. Thank you so much for joining me today. Let's meet in the comment section, guys, where we obviously discuss more about fragrances. Do turn on post notifications while you're at it. That way you get to be notified anytime I upload a video. Like and share this video, guys, and remember that smelling good is a form of good manners. Cheers.